Welcome to our podcast, Parenting by the Pint. Enjoy the show.
Greetings, Minivan Mafia. Lauren and I are longtime friends from Chicagoland that love getting together to chat about life, kids, family, and beer.
Each week, we'll feature a brewery and sample at least 2 of their beers.
We'll also discuss a variety of topics ranging from parenting, pop culture, travel, marriage, and just about anything else that comes to mind.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome, everyone. Here we go again after a great episode.
Yeah, we're totally changing gears. We're going from a pretty big brewery, and we're going to go to a teeny tiny microbrewery today. So
that sounds good.
Yeah, that's our plan.
So what are we, who are we enjoying?
We are enjoying Half Moon Restaurant and Brewery in Kokomo, Indiana.
Okay, so not crazy far from us.
No, a couple hours.
One state over.
Yep, not far at all.
I certainly have never heard of them.
Nope, I had also never heard of them. So it comes to us because my husband was going to pick up our new camper in Kokomo, Indiana, and he stopped here because he needed to eat, and he thought of us because he said they are a brewery and they make their own beer. So he picked us up a couple of things to try on his way back with the camper. So
that is very considerate of him.
Yes. So
thank you, Brandon.
Thank you. So that is why and how we came upon Half Moon, which I have never heard of in my life. But
we went from half acre to half moon.
Oh, that is really funny.
Isn't that funny? I thought of it right before I hit record. I was like, oh my goodness, wait a second.
Half acre, half moon. Yep. Here we are, half moon. It's actually more like a full moon right now, but
yes,
yeah.
I've noticed that. Very bright in the sky these days.
Yes. So we're going to start with a pale ale. I have never drank anything from them. So I've never been here. I know nothing about it until my husband brought it home with us.
Imagine if it just like knocks our socks off and we're just like, what are we going to do about this?
These are both seasonal beers of theirs. They do have 7 flagship beers that they have most of the time. Oh, it's got a huge bitterness to it.
I like it,
Holy hoppy, yeah.
It is bitter. It is quite bitter.
But it's not in a bad way. It's just not what most like pale ales of any varietal that I've had lately aren't very hoppy.
No,
like,
you're right.
They're more kind of mellow. This one is a total like a hop bomb.
Yes, exactly. No, I do like it.
Yeah,
it is very, very hoppy.
It is. It's very, very hoppy, but it's different. I mean, it's not bad. It's just very hoppy. It's definitely a pale ale.
Yep. So tell me about Half Moon.
Yeah.
What you could find.
Yeah, they're small. They're a tiny microbrewery. But they're in Kokomo. Kokomo's only got like less than 60,000 people, so it's not a big town. It is the only brewery in town, which is not surprising.
Good for them.
Yeah. They've been open since 2007 though. Okay. So they've been open for quite a long time. The owner actually was in the restaurant business industry for a long time. He moved up here. Him and his wife were living in Florida. And he had been a variety of different places within that industry. And he said he credits his wife really to why he opened the restaurant and brewery, because she was saying, you're always working nights and weekends anyways. Why don't you just do it for ourselves? Like,
yeah, right.
If you're already doing this, like, let's start something that we are working for ourselves as opposed to everybody else, since we're already wasting our nights and weekends.
I love it. That's such a good rationale.
Yeah, I totally get it. So in 2007, they started it. Like I said, they have about 7 beers that they offer all the time, and then a variety of seasonal ones. They pride themselves on making what they say great tasting fresh beer no preservatives, no artificial ingredients, and also great food to go along with it. So they say they're the freshest taste in town. They are very much known for their food. So they have fresh cut steaks, house smoked barbecue, homemade desserts.
What did Brandon get? Did he tell you?
I actually don't know what he ate there.
Oh.
So I should ask. They have this double layered chocolate cake that's made with their porter beer.
Ooh.
That's supposed to be really good. But yeah, so their food is actually very well known as well. So combination of beer, fresh beer, because it's made right there. Fresh food, because a lot of it is made right there as well.
Nice.
And it's just a little spot in the middle of Indiana, but they probably don't have a whole lot of competition because I don't know much about Kokomo, but it's not a big town. Don't either. So that's kind of their origin story, if you will, but they've obviously been in operation, stayed in operation. They shut down for a while during COVID, so Indiana shut down everything, and for a period, so they shut down for a number of months, and then opened back up, and they're back going strong. So good for them, and they've been in business for a while. I don't know what the future holds or anything like that. They don't distribute or can anything, so you can pick up growlers, which is what my husband did.
So that's why we have these growlers.
So they're very small. They don't distribute, they don't can, they don't anything. It's just pretty much what you have there, and then very fresh to your house beer that you need to drink within like a week. And here we are. So
trying to do that.
Yep, that was the plan. So pretty cool. I thought it was cool to try a small, very much mom and pop brewery that we would have never heard of otherwise.
No, I think that's my favorite thing to do. I mean, I do love trying those mainstays, those classics.
Things you're going to be able to get anytime.
The benchmark beer, which is how we described Daisy Cutter.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love that. Mm-hmm. And if we didn't have Daisy Cutter, there's a lot of things that we wouldn't have in the world, in my opinion, in the beer world. Yeah. And because people were inspired by that beer.
Yeah.
And so those things are amazing and wonderful. Mm-hmm. But to be able to sample this beer and see a small brewery be successful and put out good stuff like this is
also
great.
Really cool. I really like the variety and all of that. So definitely glad to try something new from, like I said, a place that I've never heard of before. So awesome. Yeah. So anyway, so that's that. I'm going to continue drinking this. And we're going to talk about
fall plans. You're going to tell me where you're going with this new camper. Mm-hmm. Let's start there. Tell me about the camper and tell me where you're going with it.
Well, we upgraded slightly because our children are giants and
they're getting older. I mean,
they're getting older.
Child gets
We've had
bigger
the camper
and older
for a few years. Our oldest is over 5 feet tall and like 135 pounds now, and the twins are catching right up to him. So when he like rolled over in his bunk in our old camper, his like shoulder would touch the ceiling. So we were like, okay, dude, like we get it. We need to upgrade. Like,
that sounds tight. I'll be honest with you. That's like getting an MRI.
Like I don't think I think I'd get claustrophobic if I would have slept there. In our new camper, the biggest difference is the kids' room. That's good. Twice the size of what our old camper was. So
nice.
Awesome for them. We always go. I asked my children actually what they are most excited for fall, and resoundingly, it is Halloween camping, which is where we're going this weekend.
Awesome.
So we go up to Wisconsin, and we go every year. We've been going every year for quite a few years now, and we actually go with a couple families, friends of ours that have kids as well.
Nice.
And we all dress up, and you trick or treat around the campground, and they have all kinds of haunted hay rides and pumpkin carving contests and all kinds of stuff. And it's in September, so it's still camping weather, but this is like the beginning of our fall season is when we go Halloween camping.
Nice.
So we are always very much they're like counting down the days. We very much look forward to it. So we're actually super prepared ahead of everybody with Halloween costumes because we buy them in the beginning of September so that we have costumes to go.
That's amazing.
We're all prepared. Everybody's got ours.
I don't think I've been ahead of things with Halloween since I was the just sole person selecting the costume for my baby.
Right.
Like that was when the last time I probably got things done ahead of time.
We the only reason is because we do this, so we plan everything ahead. But we are super excited. We're super excited to go with the new camper. We're gonna actually take an extra trip that we weren't necessarily planning on Columbus Day weekend to go camping as well, since we have the new camper. We figure we might as well use it a couple times before we winterize it. Don't use it till March or April. But yeah, the kids this year, my daughter is being a Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead sugar skull. Like,
nice.
Sugar skulls everywhere. And my twin boy is being Who Day, Cincinnati Bengals mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Is your son a Bengals fan? You told me this, right?
He's become a Bengals fan, so I think they were kind of the underdog in the Super Bowl, and he watched it and he liked it, and now he's like, he wants a Burrow little bobblehead dude, and he wanted to do Who Day for Halloween, and I'm like, you know what, cool. So we actually watched the Bengals Steelers game on Sunday. Oh, and it was a good game. They went into overtime.
Nice. You got to watch Mitch Trubisky play. How good for the Chicago folks.
Yeah,
that you still get to watch him.
Steelers won, but it was in overtime, and it was actually a good game.
I bet you it was very exciting.
It was. We enjoyed it.
It wasn't 7-7 at the end.
No, it was 20-20 tied into overtime. Like, I was happy with it. So
that's good football.
Yeah, it was. There was actually a handful of good games. My husband doesn't care for football, but I actually really like to watch football. So now I've got a kid who also likes watching football. So
that's kind of nice.
Yeah. So
my kids watched a little. I know we're off topic a tiny bit, but my kids watched a little football.
Football is totally fall related. Like,
that's true. Totally that should be on my fall plans. I will mention
football, Yes.
Adding that to the list.
Yes.
But I'll talk about it right now. My kids are not huge football people. Okay. I've mentioned this before, have been indoctrinated by their school to care about the Chicago Bears, which is not the team my husband and I cheer for. We're Packers fans.
Yep.
So if that means you guys stop listening after this, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It is what it is.
Team. It's cool.
But and we have been cheering for the Packers for a long time. Mm-hmm. My husband especially, because he was raised a Packers fan.
Oh, okay.
But I'm big. I get really into football in general. Yeah. I'm kind of a person who will watch anybody play. I'll
watch other
games,
other teams.
I mean, I watched the Bears game on Sunday because it was on early in the day.
It was before,
and
I actually skipped it because the Bengals was on the same time.
Oh, well, these things happen.
It really was.
But but yeah, so that is something I will be spending my fall doing. Yeah. I do usually kind of plan around football games. I put the schedule for the Packers on my wallpaper for my phone.
So you know which...
So that I always know when the games are. So when someone's like, oh, my kid's birthday party is at 3:30.
Like, hold, please.
No, I can't do 3:30 because the game was at noon and I didn't get to watch it at noon because my husband was at work. So I have to go dark.
Watching it. Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, because you can't.
Yes.
You can't. No,
which I do a lot of, by the way. So if you've gotten to know me in the last year, you probably don't know this because it's been several months since football season ended. So if you've only recently met me, it's very important for you to understand that I don't watch games live all the time because my husband works on Sundays. So if the game's at noon or 3:30, I don't watch it until Sunday evening.
So you cannot go on the internet.
So I literally put my phone in my room, take my smartwatch off because I don't want to get notifications, and I watch like TV on Netflix.
Yes.
Or something with my kids.
Some streaming thing that is not going to give live updates.
But we do not leave the house. And we do not engage in the internet until my husband gets home and I can turn the game on. So if you want to spoil the game for me, just know that you've been warned and that I will stop talking to you. I take it that seriously. I feel that strongly about it. I have had people spoil games by accident. It has taken me a very long time to forgive them. There are some that I still think about glitter bombing.
Oh, I like that.
Or sending them a dead fish in the mail.
Fantastic. Yes.
So
revenge.
If you would like to receive a glitter bomb, this is the best way to accomplish that goal.
Okay, got it. Ruin a Packers game.
And I'll know who it was. I will know. I will know.
Fantastic. But yes, so we have started watching football. My oldest has decided that he's going to be Sully from Monsters, Inc. for Halloween.
That's a good one.
And my husband and I am being a deer, and he is being a deer hunter.
Oh, my. I was really hoping you were going to say he was going to be a headlight.
That would be funny.
Because that's pretty good. Well, backup plan, just in
All right,
case.
backup
Or if you have like
plan.
a second place to go, maybe he could switch over to headlight.
Well, I mean, this is this weekend. We have all Halloween's
Yeah, that's
got
true.
like a
You
month
got
away,
Halloween.
so I got time.
You can do headlight next.
I like it. All right, so that is our plan. But yes, everything Halloween related in our household is like the most important holiday for everyone in our house. So
that's great. That's good.
my son actually was naming off his favorite holidays. Halloween's the first, Christmas is the second, and New Year's is the last because he likes to have a party.
Yeah.
It was torn between, this is weird, New Year's and Valentine's Day. Which I thought was super odd for an 8-year-old boy to have as a favorite holiday, right?
That is super odd.
So I was like, okay, I mean, whatever, cool, good for you.
I don't know anyone who names Valentine's Day as their favorite holiday, or in the top 3.
Exactly. I thought it was very surprising. So
that's surprising.
Yeah, but anyways, so what are some of your fall plans?
So other than watching football,
yes,
which will be taking up a good amount of my time.
True, yes.
We don't have any big family trips planned, which is kind of a bummer because fall's kind of good timing for my husband for trips.
Oh, yeah. Like before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so he gets kind of blocked off between about Thanksgiving and New Year's Day where he doesn't really have the ability to take time off. I don't think it's officially not allowed.
Sure, but it's got to be hard.
But and it's certainly frowned upon. And as someone who's still like making progress moving up the ladder, if you will, I don't think that he wants to be like disappearing for the week of Thanksgiving or something crazy. I don't think they would appreciate that. So we don't really have any big trips planned. I'm passively throwing around the idea of visiting my friend Rachel.
Oh, yes.
She was on.
Yeah.
I forgot. She was on the podcast about 8 months ago, right?
Sure. Yeah, probably.
Right around my birthday.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. That makes sense.
And it's sometime in the fall. A couple of weekends have kind of popped out at me. My husband's going to be out of town for a weekend. I was thinking about maybe taking the kids and going then.
Nice, yeah.
Because we won't really have anything else to do, and he'll be gone. So she lives in Madison. My younger child, my 8-year-old, his best friend moved to Madison. So we thought it would be a nice opportunity for them to reconnect a little bit.
Nice.
And Rachel's husband is kind enough to possibly watch my kids for a dinner out with Rachel.
Perfect.
So I'm sort of, trying to line that up.
Yeah, I like it.
So that'll probably happen at some point.
Cool.
I'm going to possibly go to a Halloween gathering at Barb's house, which I had on the list, which is one of Lauren's friends that I became friends with on our amazing Napa vacation that we just returned from, that we haven't gotten to talk about yet.
I know. We should do a wine episode.
Yeah, we're going to tell you guys all about Napa, and we're going to drink wine. That will happen.
Oh,
we will do that.
We definitely need to do that.
But yes, so maybe going to Barb's for Halloween.
Nice.
I think my kids will really enjoy that because it'll be a group of kids,
yes,
which is really nice. We usually just trick or treat in our neighborhood. Okay. But in past years, my brother's kids have joined us now that they're all getting a little bit older. The older ones don't really trick or treat anymore, or they trick or treat with like their friends
and no parents.
By themselves. Yeah. So I think that's probably what's going to happen. But if we do stick around the neighborhood, we'll probably hang out. There's a couple kids that live around the corner that we've gotten pretty close to that we'll probably hang out with.
Nice. We love trick or treating. We don't do it in our neighborhood because our houses are so far apart, and we feel like they're just spread out, so we wouldn't get to nearly as much candy as we do.
That is, you don't want the walking to be the main thing. You want the candy to be the main thing.
Like, if you walk around my entire block, it's about 3/4 of a mile, and there's, like, I don't know, a couple dozen, not even a dozen houses. Like, a couple dozen houses. Like, totally not worth it. So,
my neighborhood is really good for trick-or-treating, because it's a good little pocket. There's, like, a big circle with a couple of like cuts into it.
Barb's is very similar. Yeah. It's a very similar structure to your neighborhood. But we always go there trick-or-treating. So we will be doing that as well. Nice. So hopefully we will see each other.
And then, and this Lauren and I discussed briefly before we started recording, I'm sort of trying to convince my brother to let me use his house in Michigan for a night or two, to have a couple of ladies. My brother's house is in close to New Buffalo, Michigan. It's technically in Three Oaks, which is another town. But just a nice little cottage. That's not the right.
It's a house.
It's like a palace.
Yeah.
It's a little castle by the lake. That I'm maybe going to try to convince him to shoot out a couple of weekends that would work, and grab a few friends and see if I can get out there, minus children.
Sans
if possible.
children would be great.
Yes.
Yes.
My kids do love going there, and it is a great place to take the kids. You and
sure.
I have gone with
we went,
our kids. It is really fun. I would absolutely happily accept a weekend with my children.
But it would also be nice to have one without.
It wouldn't hurt.
Sure.
It wouldn't hurt to have a night or two where I just sit in my pajamas with a bunch of people who are also sitting in their pajamas who only want to talk and drink.
Perfect. That sounds fantastic. I love it. Yes.
That's pretty much what the theme would be.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I'm totally. I mean, obviously, I was in anyways, but also, like, I'm definitely
if a football game is on, also fine. But that's about the most I want to do.
Fair. I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire. I like fires.
There's a fire pit at the house,
I
so
like
that's
that. I like that the
possible.
bugs die in the fall.
Yeah,
one
also
of my favorite things.
Get a little bit later in the fall, and they're all good and dead.
Yeah, big fan
and
of that.
Sometimes it's not freezing yet, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe that works out. I think it will. We just got to get some plans in order, but I think that will happen.
Fall's like my favorite season.
I know.
I really enjoy fall. Like jeans and hoodie weather is like
I know.
Right
I
up
loved
my alley.
putting my hoodie on the other day. I was just like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
I get to put a hoodie
I love
on.
it. It's definitely my favorite season. And unfortunately lately it's been like warm, summer, 2 days of fall, snow. So like I'm hopeful that this year we have a little bit more extended of
Me
an
too,
actual
because
fall.
we've already had those 2 fall days. So one of them it rained over the weekend.
Right, all day.
And then the other one was like Monday was still cool, but not cold.
Yes.
And kind of nice. And those, so hopefully that's not
I'm hoping it's more than this week.
Yeah, because today was warm.
True. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. My husband, she posted a meme, something. This is like false fall, and then it's like last summer, and then real fall. Yeah. So we shall see what the next few weeks brings us. We still have our pool open.
Oh,
First of all, partially because we're lazy. Partially because we're like, there's always that like 180 something degree weekend in September.
Yep.
And we have a heater.
Now you have the heater. So there's no reason to shut down.
so we can crank it up a little bit,
Yep.
and we can still use it. So we will probably close it sometime in October. I
support that decision. Yeah. I have one of those metal frame pools, and I actually took it down. I drained it on like, I don't know, Saturday, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then, of course, it rained all day on Sunday.
Of course it did.
I will say, though, that was actually kind of a blessing in disguise because it washed the bottom of the pool, which had some gunk and stuff on it from when it was draining.
Yeah.
So now my pool's really clean. It just has a nice pool of water inside of it that now I have to a little bit again.
Yes.
But I have a pool. I have a pump, so at least I can pump the
easier.
water out, and it'll take like half an hour.
Nice. Not too bad.
And I can water some plants with it because it's rainwater.
Oh yeah, totally usable. Not chlorine water.
Exactly.
Not so
I don't want to kill anything. Yeah. I mean, I do sometimes want to kill stuff, but not my plants.
I can't keep plants alive, so it's fine. But yeah, I have to grab all of our Halloween decorations out of our crawl space because unlike people who do a Christmas village, we do our Halloween village.
Right.
And we put up all of our Halloween decorations, and sometimes we do a pumpkin carving party.
Oh, nice. That's
which
cool.
We'll see if we do again this year.
I would love to hear about it.
We usually do it in September if we do, or beginning of October.
Carving pumpkins is like the one thing that I just like don't do unless somebody like brings a pumpkin to me.
Fair.
I don't know.
I don't carve mine usually. I will paint a pumpkin.
Okay, painting's cool.
So I bought for like my oldest, who I'm not going to let carve a pumpkin, but he will paint a pumpkin. Nice. So I have paint
a good idea.
And stickers and things like that for the people who either shouldn't be let have a knife or choose not to.
Right.
And then I have actual carving stuff. So I'll let you know if we do that again this year.
That sounds good. Yeah, I actually got some grief from a neighbor last year for not carving pumpkins. Oh. Or no, I'm sorry. She said something about me not coloring Easter eggs, which I think you and I have spoken about before.
Yeah.
No one in my house eats
the eggs,
hard-boiled eggs. Yeah. So like hard boiling a bunch of eggs just to paint them yellow or green or whatever is just like
a complete waste.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And it makes my house smell like eggs.
Also
and I don't like eggs.
Yeah. No, I can't blame you. That's fair. Yeah.
I am one of the number of people in my house that don't eat hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah. If nobody's going to eat them, you're literally painting it.
I'm not doing it.
I mean,
it's like, why don't I just throw them in the garbage?
Pretty much. You're just going to be like, I'm going to buy these and I'm going to throw them out.
I'm going to throw them out unless I can force them onto my parents.
Happening. Like, yeah. But yeah, so we've got lots of hopefully fun things. We always go to a pumpkin patch. There's like
nice
3 within like
I know you could practically walk to a pumpkin
a
patch
couple,
from here.
like one straight south, one straight east, and then there's another one west. So like I could go to 3 pumpkin patches within like 15 minutes of my house.
Yeah.
So
this is where they're at.
Yeah, literally.
Where you live. Yes. I've been to pumpkin patches around here.
There's people that like I work with that live up in like Oak Park, and like one of them lives in Lake Zurich, and they come to here to go to Bankston's.
Yeah.
Which is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a very good pumpkin patch, and it's like an amusement park at this point because there's so many rides and stuff. It's crazy. But I could practically walk there from my house.
Yeah.
So somebody was saying on Facebook the other day about, go to Bankston's, but somebody was asking for apple picking, and I was like, they don't pick apples there. Yeah. And they were like, are you sure? I was like, I drive past it literally every day of my life. Like, I assure you, there are no apple picking
there.
Yeah, no. Though I do enjoy a good apple picking.
Yeah, I like apple picking. My only problem with that activity is that you come home with like 70 pounds worth of apples.
Yes.
And I mean, I like eating apples. I eat apples. I don't eat eggs.
But you eat apples. All right. Yes to apples, no to eggs. Got it.
Yeah, write it down if you guys are keeping track for the bingo card.
Bingo card.
But I just I get all these apples, and then like
they eventually
a few days later, I get all those little tiny flies.
We have those right now because my in-laws went peach picking.
Oh, peaches are the worst.
Peaches are literally the worst.
Because it's like the day after you bring them inside.
They literally go bad so quickly.
It's like they're living in the peaches when they bring them in.
So now we've got, there's probably one attacking you right now. We have these tiny little fruit flies, and I just want to...
They make you insane, right?
Oh, they drive me crazy. Because I threw out all the peaches at this point.
Oh,
like, there are no more peaches.
That's not why they're here now.
They're here. They're just here
They're
now.
everywhere.
And it's impossible to get rid of them.
I don't know what has brought them into my home. I had an old jug of like dish detergent that I thought maybe they kind of like caught on to because it was like sticky on the bottom.
Sure. Who knows?
So I thought maybe that was what was attracting them. It's not.
No. Who knows?
I don't know what they want
problem.
in my home. But they're there. They're everywhere. They're in everybody's house. Every house I go into, I'll like spot one, buzz by.
Yeah, it was the peaches that brought them in. We got rid of them for a while, and now the peaches. I blame the peaches.
Well, like you said before, it's fall, so be patient, and they'll die,
yes,
and we can go on being normal people.
Yeah, the apples though. So my husband eats pretty much an apple a day for breakfast, and my daughter eats an apple a day.
Yeah,
like every day. And sometimes 2 because she'll bring one for lunch. So I buy a bag of apples once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Because we go through so many freaking apples in our house.
My oldest loves to eat apples. So he'll eat 2 apples a day, if he's aware they're in the house. Like if he notices them.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? And I'll be like, yeah, how about an apple? And he'll eat an apple happily.
Yep.
And I'm hit or miss. I like having an apple, but I don't always like.
I'm not going to eat one every day. That's not a thing.
I don't desire.
I will eat it if I am hungry, and there are not any other desirable options for me. But the apple.
But if there's a bag of barbecue potato chips, I'm going to go for that. That's how it's going to go down.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not all about the apple. All right, let's try our wheat beer next.
That sounds good. I will add one more thing.
Yes.
That we may do this fall, and it's still sort of up in the air. But my in-laws are really looking to take the kids for a weekend.
Ooh.
Maybe I can make that the weekend that we go to New Buffalo.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at the wheels spinning.
Wheels spinning. This is good that we talked about this.
I like it.
I will say, because I know that she'll probably hear it, Ileana, if we go to New
we
Buffalo,
already talked. We're dragging you with us.
You got to come.
Yes.
It's close. Come for the night. Have a few drinks.
Closer to you than it is to us.
Sit in the hot tub.
I like it. Good plan.
Talk about being a grown-up.
Nobody likes
great.
to talk about being a grown-up. We'll talk about not being a grown-up.
So this is a wheat beer. Let's go back.
This is a mango wheat.
I was going to say, I can smell like a citrusy fruit in it.
It is mango wheat, yeah. It's mango-y.
Tastes like mango.
It tastes a lot like mango.
More like Not tart mango, though.
No.
More like earthy mango.
And it's up front more so than the aftertaste to me.
Yeah.
I get it at the front of it, and then I get the wheat kind of taste at the end.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely, it does not taste artificial. It tastes like mango. Like
Absolutely.
You're taking a bite of mango. So it's very well representative of what it is advertised as. This definitely tastes mango-y and not in a overwhelming or in a too sweet way, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not like a huge wheat beer fan.
Neither am I, honestly.
So I was kind of like, when you were like, oh, this is a wheat beer, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
But this is pretty good.
I kind of feel like the mango actually gives it a little more depth than like some of just the regular wheat beers. And wheat beers they're not my favorite. They're not my least favorite. They're just okay. But this is actually kind of refreshing. I kind of like it. So, yeah. One more thing we are doing this fall. So Chicago is not doing their Polar Express this year.
I heard that.
So I actually bought tickets to the National Railroad Museum in Green Bay, their Polar Express.
Oh, awesome.
So we're going up there for a weekend in like right before Thanksgiving. I think it's like the last weekend before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And we're going to go up to Green Bay for the weekend. And we are doing the Polar Express there. And then my dad's cousin apparently owns a restaurant up near Green Bay.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to visit them, who I haven't seen in years. And we might check
nice.
out the museum in Appleton. Did you know that Houdini is from Appleton?
No.
So they have a Houdini exhibit that's like hands-on, that the kids can like do magic tricks and stuff.
That's awesome.
At the museum there. And my youngest is like super into like magic and magicians.
Oh, nice.
So we might check that out. So I haven't done any of these things before.
Me neither.
So this would be totally new, fun things that we are gonna try and check out while we're up there.
I strongly recommend that you check out the park at Titletown if you're gonna be in Green Bay.
We are gonna be in Green Bay. Yes,
they have a really good ninja
cool.
obstacle course looking thing, but they also have really good traditional park stuff.
Cool.
It's just a really nice area. They also have like a full-size football field, and there's footballs out.
You
can just run around and play catch and race each other.
Cool.
And you can sit there. There's places to sit and enjoy, and you can watch other people play, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful area.
Cool.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that a lot.
Honestly, I haven't been to Green Bay. I've driven to like Door County, but I haven't spent time in Green Bay. And we're going, us and then my parents are going to come with us. So
that's nice.
They can help with the kids and stuff. But
well, and there's a bunch of like restaurants there.
Yeah.
So you could make like a lunch out of it if the time allowed.
Cool.
Where you could go and you could play for a while and then grab some lunch and then maybe
go do
walk
something.
around the area and check some things out.
Cool.
And it's very nice.
Yeah.
It's a very nice area. We went to a game in Green Bay when I was pregnant with my oldest.
Oh, okay.
So now we're getting on
man.
like 12 years ago. It was December. It was a later game in the season. It was freezing. I would use a different word to describe how freezing it was if this wasn't the podcast.
Fair.
And I was pregnant, and so I couldn't drink alcohol, which sucked.
Yeah,
but
a lot. Yeah.
But anyway, there was nothing there then. There was just the stadium.
Yeah,
they've
built a ton in that area.
Like I said,
now.
like 12 years ago. I remember walking through parking lots for like restaurants and stuff like that, but not like the way it's set up now, where it's like almost like an outdoor mall type thing, kind of like the promenade is.
Sure. Yeah.
This was just like random little standalone, like a Chili's would be, sort of like that, and there were a couple, and then it was just all parking for the stadium.
Gotcha.
And we parked. My father-in-law insisted that we park in the $10 parking because he didn't want to pay for the $20 parking.
Dude, I would have paid $50 so I don't have to walk too far.
The distance was massive, and it wasn't so bad when we were walking in when the sun was shining, but when we were walking out, it was so cold, and the wind was just like whipping through.
Oh man, that sounds horrible.
Because there's nothing there.
Right.
It was horrible. Ugh. It took. We sat in the car for at least 15 minutes just trying to get feeling back in our fingers, so that my husband could drive.
Oh my gosh.
And we stopped like 45 minutes away when we finally like weren't freezing anymore to like go to like a Buffalo Wild Wings so we could eat food and feel like warmth in our bones.
Oh my gosh.
It was so cold.
Oh.
I had fun at the game.
Sure.
I do not want to do it again. Mostly because it was cold, but also because I feel like football is better on TV, which some people disagree. Professional football, I don't know. I went to a bunch of college football games. I mean, we had season tickets for a while there. Yeah. And I loved it. The environment was great. Professional football is good, but it's so fast paced compared to watching it on TV in the sense that if you don't
make it so user friendly on TV because
they replay every play. Yes. I mean, you get to rewatch everything.
And even now, like I've noticed, they put the line for where the longest field goal that they like. I know, like they make it dummy proof to watch it on TV. I know
it's impossible not to enjoy, or understand, or appreciate what's going on. But when you're at the game, you look the other direction for 30 seconds and you miss a touchdown, and you just they got a touchdown. Who scored? Oh, okay. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's true. If you go to the game, like you literally have to like laser focus on the game.
You can't do anything.
No, which is vastly different than most other sports. Because like if you're at a baseball game, like you don't have to pay attention.
Oh, certainly.
And I actually don't like baseball on TV. I'd prefer to go to a game if at all because they're not fun to watch on TV.
Oh my gosh, they're so long.
So now one sport that I like on or off the court is basketball.
Yes.
So I would prefer
That's because
either.
Basketball is great. I'm going to try to get my son to watch college basketball this year because we watched a little bit of the tournament last year because his teacher got him into it a little bit by having each kid write a letter to a coach.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that.
And he wrote a letter to the coach from Illinois, which worked out really well for me.
Yes.
So I suggested to him that maybe we watch Illinois.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see how that goes. Nice. Obviously, we've got a little bit of time still.
Yeah, my kids have never really been into basketball in terms of watching it, but I totally think I'm going to try and but I'll put it on and see what their interest is because I enjoy watching basketball.
Me too.
So that I like. But yeah, we're gonna try and go up to. We're not trying. We're gonna go up to Green Bay in November. So that's definitely on the docket of things to do.
Just try to hit a supper club while you're there.
You have to. Like that's one of the rules, isn't it? When you go up that way?
Yeah, and you have to drink an old fashioned.
Yeah, but they're super different in Wisconsin.
I know. That's why you have to do it. Because it's not an old-fashioned.
Not the old-fashioned that you know and love from here.
I think they still put, like, a sugar cube in it. But
they put, like, pop in it. They put, like, Sprite sometimes or some sort of, like, soda water. And I'm like, that's so weird.
I know, which is why you have to get it. Mm-hmm. Because why? How could you not? I tried to get my husband to do it. He wouldn't do it.
I will give it a try. I will.
You're a good person.
I'm always up for new things. So that's the plan. We got to try some new things this fall. If anybody has suggestions, I'm always up for an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Always.
Let's do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of like this wheat.
I know. I've been drinking it as we've been chatting here more than I expected.
Yeah, I kind of like it. So this is awesome. I'm glad we tried something new that we wouldn't have before. I'm super excited about all the upcoming fall activities and the nice hoodie weather. And I'm just I'm ready. I'm ready for fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Great. So, well, looks like we have a good fall ahead of us.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
Cheers. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to the latest musings from Parenting by the Pint.
Be sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and make sure that you rate, review, and subscribe to us wherever you find your podcasts.
Have a great week, and cheers to you all.